On June 6, 1944, history pivoted. At dawn, the largest amphibious invasion ever conceived erupted across Normandy's coast. Codenamed Operation Overlord, it was the Allies' answer to years of tyranny, a thunderous assault to shatter Hitler's fortress Europe. 500,000 men from 12 nations stood ready. But this story begins not on the beaches, but in the deserts of Iran. In November 1943, the Big Three converged in Tehran. Stalin, bearing the Eastern Front's brutal toll, demanded a second front in France. Churchill advocated Mediterranean strikes, but Soviet victories made delay untenable. Crucially, post-war Europe hung in the balance. Without Western boots liberating the continent, Stalin might dominate it. The pact was sealed: invade France by May 1944. Calais seemed logical, closest to England, but its narrow terrain invited stalemate, and Germany expected it. Eisenhower and Montgomery chose Normandy: wider beaches, weaker defenses, and tactical surprise. The catch: it required unprecedented secrecy and scale. Artificial mulberry harbors were engineered, 6,000 vessels assembled. Delays pushed D-Day to June, when moon, tide, and dawn aligned. June 4, 1944. Armadas loaded, men aboard. Then, a tempest struck. Waves swallowed landing craft, clouds blinded bombers. Eisenhower postponed. Next day, fury worsened. If delayed further, secrecy would collapse, and tides wouldn't permit another attempt for weeks. Thousands cramped on ships, seasick and exposed. At 4:15 a.m. on June 5, meteorologist James Stagg delivered hope, an 8-hour window on June 6. Eisenhower's reply: "Okay, we go." Before dawn, 17,000 airborne troops plunged into darkness. Pathfinders missed drop zones, anti-aircraft fire scattered transports. Men drowned in marshes, snagged on trees, or landed miles off target. Yet from chaos emerged courage. Veterans of the 101st, Screaming Eagles, and 505th Regiment seized bridges, blew up artillery, and severed German communications. Their scattered valor pinned down reinforcements, shielding the beaches. At 5:50 a.m., naval guns roared. Bombers had overshot targets, sparing bunkers but killing French civilians. Now, destroyers closed in, point blank. By 6:30 a.m., landing craft churned toward shore. At Utah Beach, currents swept units 2,000 yards south, into lighter defenses. Brigadier General Theodore Roosevelt Jr., the only general ashore, waved his pistol. "We'll start the war from right here." His audacity rerouted waves. Utah fell by noon. Omaha was hell. Bombs missed concrete bunkers, seas swamped tanks. German 88mm guns raked disembarking troops. Within hours, 2,000 Americans fell. Units disintegrated, commanders perished. Survivors huddled behind a pebble bank, dubbed Easy Red. Yet as German ammo dwindled, U.S. destroyers risked grounding to blast bunkers. Rangers scaled cliffs with grappling hooks. By dusk, 5 precarious footholds were won. June 6 ended with 4,414 Allied dead. Omaha remained contested, but the beachhead held. Roosevelt earned the Medal of Honor. Posthumously, he died of a heart attack weeks later. The cost was horrific, yet decisive. 156,000 troops ashore. Hitler's Atlantic Wall breached. As night fell, the message crackled to London: "Every inch of beach is ours." D-Day wasn't victory, it was the hinge. It diverted German forces from the east, easing Stalin's advance. Politically, it ensured Western Europe's liberation by Anglo-American hands, not Soviet tanks. Normandy's success birthed the logistics that crushed the Reich: fuel via Pluto pipelines, mulberry harbors unloading 12,000 tons daily. Without June 6, the post-war map, and our world, would look unrecognizable. 80 years later, Normandy's sands hold echoes. The longest day reminds us that fragile weather forecasts, a general's cane, and boys scaling cliffs under fire tipped history's scales. Next on, from Alex: how British spies made D-Day possible, deceiving Hitler until the very last hour.